Hi there, and welcome to Stitch and Thread. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel I usually share with you my knitting journey, but I have another most wonderful hobby, which is Japanese embroidery. And recently, just a couple of weeks ago, I had an opportunity to finally meet my fellow stitchers somewhere near Oxford, and it was the most wonderful experience. I did take a few videos of what I'm doing, and yeah, I'm just hoping to share it with you. And the reason is, when we were just talking between each other there, and there are some teachers who was teaching for over 15 years, and a lot of them, if not all, they said the following: I wish that I started my Japanese embroidery journey sooner. And this really kind of stuck with me. I've only been doing Japanese embroidery for a couple of years, and I really think that I have quite a few years to learn. It's not easy, but who knows, maybe after seeing my video you'll be also interested or inspired to find out what this wonderful embroidery is. Yeah, I hope you like it and enjoy. I live in Kent, however, my Japanese embroidery group is located near Oxford, so it was very early morning. You can see my face. Got a train from Kent to London to Charing Cross, and then I was off on the underground, which was a bit fun. I was still quite early in London. Yeah, it was. The wind was absolutely hilarious on the train. As you can see, my hair is absolutely disheveled. Then at Paddington Station, I caught yet another train, this time already to my final destination. I was picked up and delivered to our lovely hotel. But before I even got to the hotel room, I had to visit the room where we would spend the next 4 days. And as you can see, these are the pieces of Japanese embroidery. These are the beginner pieces. They might look simple, but in fact not as simple as one might think. Everything here is done silk on silk, which is why it's quite difficult to capture the colors. Most of these designs, if not all of them, belong to Japanese Embroidery Center, UK, and yeah, that's how you can learn Japanese embroidery. As for myself, I decided to embark on a new piece called Deer in the Moon by Shizuka Kusana. Shizuka Kusana is a very well established kimono artist in Japan. She has her own studio. She's teaching her art still to her students, as well as she published at least one book in English because I own it. As you can see, I just started working with silk here. The thing is, with Japanese embroidery, you either can work with flat silk or with twisted silk, but you actually meant to twist it yourself, which is what I was just doing. Once your threads are ready, you can finally start stitching. There are quite a few rules in Japanese embroidery how you're supposed to stitch or what kind of object should you start with, but as it happens in with the most things, there are always exceptions to the rules. I have decided to start with a flower on the right hand side of my embroidery, and I was kind of doing it, and at some point I realized that it doesn't go according to the plan, as it happens. At least with Japanese embroidery. I'm sure it happens with other embroideries as well. So here I'm just finishing with the first color of my flower for the outer bit. And next thing I need to do and pick up a darker shade of color to fill in the gaps and internal part of the flower. And this is exactly when I found out that something is not quite lining up, and asked my teacher to help me and guide me through this because it just didn't quite work for me. So as you can see, we took the schematic out, the picture to have a look to guide us slightly better at how to remedy, and I still decided to give it a try and see if I can fill the gaps, and maybe with look okay, but spoiler alert, it didn't. So it is what it is, but I think this flower was just kind of my first flower to practice, and it happens quite a lot in Japanese embroidery. You kind of do something and it doesn't work out, and you huff and puff, and then take your scissors out and it's chop chop chop, and whatever you worked for an hour or two just has to be taken out. During the 4 days I spent there, we actually had quite a few of these situations, not only with me, as you can see, I'm just removing the inner parts, but with other students as well. It's just simply a part of life. You can probably also see that I have quite a lot of like small threads on my black piece of embroidery. I've made a horrible mistake by wearing a lovely mohair jumper on the first day. I absolutely love this jumper. I needed it myself, but lesson learned: you shouldn't work on Japanese embroidery project, especially the one on black background, whilst wearing anything that has mohair in it. Okay, so here I'm coming to the conclusion that something's not working out. You can see I have some gaps and I don't really know how to fix that. So my teacher again came to my rescue, and we've decided that just to leave the flower alone for now and try a slightly different approach, and to do a second flower. And as you can see, the second flower was a much better success than the first one. And here I actually quite further on my journey, and doing more of finishing details. Okay, mission accomplished. I have finally got the key to my room and brought my stuff in there. I was really impressed with the view. It was the view of Thames River, nonetheless. So it was absolutely lovely. I was lucky with the weather there as well. A big bathroom, can't complain about that either. But I think I've already caught the embroidery bug, so I really wanted to continue. Though I decided that the flower was enough, I would do something that I'm more familiar with, which is just doing a leaf. And that's what I decided to do over the course of the evening. I was really impressed with the choice of colors for this piece. As you can see, this beautiful dark blue. Not the color I would choose for myself personally at first glance, but I feel these two colors, this lovely pink as well as blue, and even this emerald green, aren't they working out really gorgeously just together? So here's to the speed of Japanese embroidery. This is the whole day of work, and that's all I've got. Okay, so this is the following morning, and not as great a day, at least not in the morning, but I thought I would do a nice walk alongside the river. However, I kind of forgotten about morning dew, so quite quickly I had to return and do what I love most, Japanese embroidery. So guess what I decided to tackle next? Yes, yet another flower. I'm going to let you enjoy the progress, and we'll be back shortly. Another flower successfully completed, and now I was ready to tackle the actual deer. I needed to start working on the deer because he is actually up front. So, in order to work later on the moon, which is behind him, I needed to make sure I do the outline of the deer first. And as you can see, I started working with metal threads. So, this is, I believe, twisted silver, and I'm slowly working with the silver, what is called in Japanese embroidery, couching it, and just slowly, really slowly working the outline of the deer. Okay, so the progress is slow but steady, and I'm slowly getting to where I want to be. Time for a break. I decided to take advantage of a beautiful day. It turned out in Oxford area, and went for a walk, and that was quite something. You've got stunning views, beautiful houses. I would call them mansion houses. You just walk around, take in the scenery, and just enjoy some birds chirping nearby, water flowing. Honestly, I think after sitting down for quite a lot of the time, that was the best part of the day. I went through some fields, through some farms, saw different animals. Yes, you can see in the background there are some lovely, lovely horses there. And then back to the hotel to grab something to eat. We every day and every evening especially had lovely dinner prepared for us. It was also a beautiful part of the day. We could just socialize all together, and then back to some more stitching. And this is exactly how my Japanese embroidery piece looks at the end of day 2. As I mentioned earlier, that I really needed the outline of the deer for the moon, because moon is in the background and you can see it is quite well. You can see right here I'm working on the moon and come really close to the antlers of the deer. So that's exactly the reason why I was working on the deer. As you can see, again, it is a different technique. Again, I'm using metal threads here. This is twisted gold here. I'm just going back and forth, making sure that the spacing between the lines is exactly the same. And after that, I'll start couching this metal thread with the couching thread, which is again is going to take me all the while. This is the joy of Japanese embroidery. There are, I believe, 46 techniques in Japanese embroidery. So if you are tired of one technique, there is always another one that you can just switch to in your piece. Feeling like I accomplished something in the morning, I've yet again decided to go for a lovely walk, a different way of the Thames River. This time, as you can see, the weather wasn't as kind to me. Still, yes, it was a grey day, but it was still very enjoyable. I've seen again more different houses, some cows, obviously farms on the opposite side as well. I generally found it was great to be able to spend quite a few hours stitching and then being able to enjoy lovely countryside walk. And just like that, in no time, it is my last day. And on the last day, I've tackled the grass. Here you can see how I'm working on the outline. To be honest, came to me as a surprise. I must admit that turned out to be the hardest part. I really struggled with the angle, to get the right angle of the grass to make it look beautiful, or at least not ugly. I've tried different techniques. I've tried at first just stitching it, but it didn't quite work out at all. So in the end, I was doing these outlines. It helped me to hold the shape of the grass much better, because it's quite narrow, and that was the problem I had with the grass. As you can see, I've tried quite a few different colors for the grass, and right now I just give up. I decided I need a breather, and just was stitching a kind of a normal leaf here of the flower, just to enjoy last hours of stitching. And just like that, any good things have an end, and I spent most wonderful time. I'd love to be back. I've done, as I think, quite a bit of progress, but let me know in the comments, what do you think? Was it a lot, or maybe not so much? But here is my piece at the end of day 4. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like it. Please consider subscribing. On this channel, I usually post my knitting podcasts every month at least, and sometimes I sprinkle other videos which take my fancy. I also am active on Instagram, so again, if you're there, feel free to look there as well. And I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe I've done some stitching or knitting as well, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye!